Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin did basically what we wanted to see today. In my earlier video today, we already saw the beginning of the break above the corrective price channel. That was the earliest signal that we could get that a turnaround is taking place here. And yeah, what did we talk about? So yesterday, obviously, we wanted the price to get into the support zone, which it did. Yeah, very, very nice. Bitcoin behaved. And then we wanted to see, ideally, a reaction from the support zone here, some kind of a turnaround that formed a bit of a double bottom there. Never really broke below the price channel, at least didn't sustain there. This is, by the way, a corrective price channel. In the membership, we've got a tutorial live stream that explains how to draw these channels in corrective waves. And that allowed us to basically determine an end of this correction. Plus, obviously, together with the 78.6 retracement level, we had a really good, really good confluence here to identify a potential turnaround. But as I said, we needed to see first a break above the descending channel's upper boundary line, which is, as I said, a corrective price channel, and that happened. So the break above it basically indicated the started the rally. Okay, anybody who still wanted to wait for further clarity could have waited until the price broke above the B wave high, which was basically the last confirmation. The more confirmations you need personally, that depends on each and every one of you and your own trader personality. The more confirmations you want, well, that just means that the worse the price is that you get, right, for an entry, the less favorable the reward to risk ratio. Best reward to risk ratio again here. Anybody who trusted the fibs made a really good entry point. If you needed a breakout here, and then the other breakout was here, and it rallied basically into resistance. What did I talk about? Before I talked about we can expect some resistance around the previous wave 4 high and the 50% retracement level. That was basically the next target, which has now been reached, which is why I want to make this video a little earlier today. Basically, what we're dealing with here is potentially now the completion of the third wave. Let's see. I mean, I'm a fan of healthy fourth waves, so I would like to see healthy fourth waves. I now currently assume that I assume that the third wave might be finished. It's too early to say. Yeah. So what we're just doing in this scenario here, we are tracking support. Okay. So we're tracking support. What is the level that now needs to hold in any pullback to allow Bitcoin to do any trend continuation? So basically what we say is, okay, we probably go higher because this is only the first reaction it's just shown us, and a wave 4 and a wave 5 is missing. So ideally, in all likelihood, it should go a little higher, which it might do now. And if it does that now, then this is not really a fourth wave yet. I would not count that as the fourth wave. I would simply count that as an extension of the third. It seems like that Bitcoin might want to go quite high in this resistance area. 27,184 is the 78.6 retracement. I would like to avoid a sustained break above that level. But we all know that Bitcoin likes to max things out. Bitcoin did that here recently, 27,480. We nailed it with that resistance. And up here, it did overshoot slightly, but the hourly candle never closed above our resistance. I can't remember where that was, 28K or something. So that also was respected. So don't be surprised if Bitcoin goes maybe a little above resistance. Yeah, at the moment, all I can say is against the 26,455 level, the uptrend should continue. Okay, and then I would pay attention to either 26,930 or 27,184 for a reaction, but the way it looks currently is it wants to go a little higher. Okay, so it wants to max out resistance, but a break below 26,455, which is the 50% retracement, will be a first indication that a top is in place in wave 2, in circle wave 2 here. At the moment, we see all of this as a corrective wave pattern. So basically that this is an A wave, this is a B wave, and this is the C wave. It can always top in a WXY structure. So if this was a wave WXY, then it could be topping at any point because it reached now our target and resistance area. But then I would want to use this 50% retracement level as evidence to say that, okay, it's broken. Okay. Generally, we're still focusing on the yellow wave count. So far, there is no reason to change the wave count because it's just doing exactly what we wanted this week. And yeah, let's see. I mean, it's now This could form now again an inverse head and shoulders. It's quite funny. We had this head and shoulders pattern that we expected to work out. This might form an inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, just seeing that here. But then the fourth wave might be the right shoulder. But again, we'll need to see if it develops a healthy fourth wave from here, and then could push higher. And I will not change this wave count until a break above $27,180 happens. Okay, so see, I explored that or explained that already earlier today on Discord and Telegram. Anybody who used the support area down here or one of the breakout points for an entry, maybe some people did that, right? If you're trading this short term, long-term traders probably didn't bother, but if you're trading this for the short term, you might have used one of the entry points down there. I personally would make sure that I would try not to, I would use a trailing stop, move the stop into break even, whatever, because I would not want to exit this too early. So obviously we cannot predict if the price will turn around in the resistance area. It would be ideal, but we cannot predict it. So we always need to, that's where I always try to, get away from the focus of prediction and more towards strategic thinkers, right? This is not about hope. This is not about, whatever crystal balls. It's about strategic thinking, so-called scenario planning. We need to understand the different scenarios. Based on these scenarios, we can make our plans. If anybody entered down here, I think it would be reasonable, and that's obviously no advice or anything. That's just what I find is reasonable. It would be reasonable to try to leave the trade open as long as possible. Why? Because we obviously need to consider the more bullish scenario, which I'm not primarily looking for, but it could of course be that this third wave to the upside is happening. If that third wave to the upside is happening, it would be a shame to exit here. Okay, I explained that already on Discord, Telegram earlier today, because as long as the trend is up now, this short-term trend is up, I don't expect it to get above resistance, but it could of course do. The market doesn't care about what I expect. What we can do as analysts is just to highlight the levels where we should see a reaction, right? So personally, I would leave that trade open as long as possible. And if it breaks above resistance, we might be in a third wave, and that could go into the 29K region. Okay, in parallel, it might be worth exploring a potential short trade from this area lower if, but only if, there is a bit of a reaction. At the moment, it's just probably still pushing higher. If we see the first 5-wave move down from this resistance area and the first 3-wave pullback to the upside, basically a 1-2 setup, but just to the downside, 5 waves down, 3 waves up, that might be a place to enter a short trade, to attempt a short trade with a stop above one of these highs. But again, that's just a general way of trading this, no personal recommendation. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. If you're interested in the channel membership, then check out the links in the description. And as a member, you get weekly live streams every Sunday. You get access to our chat rooms on Discord and Telegram, plus additional short-term market updates for gold members. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. The links are in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.